Well, hello there. This is Craig Hain or Dr. Dell, and this video is about the Golden Rule math book for struggling math students. And of course, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of students that are struggling, and that's what this video is about. And I want to tell you about this new book that I think is going to be a terrific opportunity for you. And to do that, I want to share the screen, and we're going to go to the goldenrulemath.com website. And of course, as you probably know, the Golden Rule Math book series explains how and why 21st century math education is amazingly different and much better than 20th century math education. And that's all because of new technologies and all sorts of new things that you're going to learn about in these books. Now, there are three main reasons every parent and student should know why these books are important, and you can read that on these websites here. And then you get to choose one of the books from the series. Now, the 21st Century Math Students book is one I talked about on a video on that if you go there, and that's sort of the generic one that just talks about all the different aspects of it, and you can watch the video on that if you want to. But if you have a struggling student, then you're going to want to go down here to the struggling math students thing and click on that and go and look at that book. That's the book you're going to want to really read and watch. And so when you go to that website, again, you're going to find out the three reasons that you should know about this. And as you probably guess or know from what you already know, you can go buy this on Amazon for $4.99 if you want a paperback version of it, which a lot of people do, because then they can make notes in it. They can share it with other people, get other people to read it. And it's really a very handy way to do it. Or if you like Kindle, you can get it on Kindle for 99 cents. But also you can get it for free as a download copy. You can download it for free. And that might be what you first want to do, is just download it, take a quick look at it and so on, because I want to tell you now just kind of what is in this thing so that you'll know. So I'm going to bring up the free PDF of it that that you can get yourself. And what I'm going to do then, I'm going to go down and go through what this is all about to the table of contents and take a quick look at that. Now, what I do is I start out with a typical homeschool story of a homeschool parent that had a struggling student, and I give them some information on that, tell that story. And then chapter 1 is called Math ? Help. And this really now gets deeply into what you need to do for a struggling student, much deeper than I did in the generic 21st century math book. This gets into it deeply now. And what you find out, of course, as always, is that you've got to have the proper content. That's critically important. And that's where many, many math programs have gone wrong today. In fact, that's where public school education, math education has pretty much gone wrong. But the other thing is you've got to have the right pedagogy, the right way you teach it. Spike pedagogy. Now, this is in all the Golden Rule books, this chapter on spike pedagogy, because no matter how you teach math or what you're teaching, for the most struggling students or the most advanced STEM students, you must use good pedagogy. And spike pedagogy is all about it. And that's what this is explained in this chapter. You also know, and every book has this, you need a teacher and a coach. Now, if you use my program, I'll be the teacher and you'll be the coach. If you use some other program, that's fine. Someone else can be the teacher, but there needs to be a coach, and that's usually going to be the parent or someone local that's available to the student. And chapter 5 then is how to be a great coach. This is some ideas you probably don't know about that you need to be a really good math coach. Now, what I also find out is that you learn a lot from other people's experiences. So I have in here, chapter 6 is a story of one of our students named Grace Libman. And it's her story, and it's an amazing story. I was inspired by it when I met her and talked to her about it. She's a 17-year-old homeschool student, and it's a wonderful story. And in her case, she had trouble from the very beginning, and some students do. Now, I tell my story, Craig, that's me, Dr. Dell, Craig Hain, my story, because I frankly did really well at math all the way until I hit the 9th grade. And then bam, huge struggle, failure. And then how I was very fortunate to overcome it. I was able to overcome it, as you'll learn in my story, with two great teachers, one in high school and one in my hometown, which had a college there. And you'll learn about it in my story. And what happens today is I think our program can do for any struggling student what my two great teachers did for me. I was very, very fortunate, and I tell you my story. And then, of course, what is math all about in the 21st century? And there's 6 tiers in our program, and I explain that in chapter 8 pretty briefly so that you understand just what's involved. But what you care about, of course, is getting your students turned around, self-confidence, psychology, and so on. So this is what this book is all about. I think if you have a struggling student, this book will be truly invaluable to you. Now, having said that, you're going to go back then to the website, the goldenrulemath.com website, and we have a very special offer there that you need to really know about and understand. And I have a video on it, and I also then have a PDF where you can just download and read about it. The video explains it, but what it boils down to is you can take all of your students in a given family and give them the math they need. Any of the tiers, all 6 tiers are available to them, whether they're struggling or not struggling, and you get it for $9 a month. There's a program that we have, at least for now, available, and you're going to learn about that. And to do that, you're going to join something called the Math Crusade, and you're going to learn about that. And you're going to learn how basically, if you help us spread the word, you're going to be able to get your family's costs down from $29 a month down to 19, and then down to 9, and you can do it pretty quick too. So it's just really quite amazing. And if you want to know more about me and just who I am, you can go to my website, craighane.com. This is my homepage. This is my website. My Vita's there. You learn all about my background, my stories there. I have a video library where I give you a lot of free videos that you're going to enjoy. One of my most recent one is called Math Proves God Exists. I think you might enjoy. And then there's other things here on the website. You get access to our various programs and so on. And you can download the 6-tier syllabus, the complete syllabus, so you know exactly what you're getting. To my way of thinking, if you're going to evaluate any kind of a math program, you need to know exactly what you're getting in it, what's going to be taught to your student. And that's what I do in the 6-tier syllabus here on my website. So this is Craig Hain. I really appreciate your watching this video. And I'm going to encourage you to go get your copy. If it's just nothing more than the PDF, and read it. The Struggling Math Student. If you have a struggling math student, I will almost guarantee you this is going to be transformative, and you're going to absolutely appreciate you got it, and it's going to be wonderful for you. So this is Craig Hain. If you join the Crusade, I'm going to be the teacher, and you're going to all my tutorial videos. We have Zoom meetings. We have a forum. You're going to learn a lot more about me, and we'll get to know each other really quite well in that manner. So this is Craig Hain. I wish you the very best. Encourage you as a parent to give your students the very best possible 21st century math education. And I will see you then on some other videos.